Winter Haven, the Blue Devils, coming in at 2-0 on the season, taking on Tampa Cath. And Tampa Cath, Justin, out of that very, very tough 3A. What are you looking forward to in this matchup?
Well, I was looking forward to seeing Carter Knox. Had an opportunity to watch him a little bit in the past and wanted to see how he's grown and developed coming into his sophomore season. Unfortunately, we're not going to get a look at him today, but looking to see who's going to step up and who's going to step up in place of them. They always play very well when I see them. They're coached well. They're disciplined. It's tough. They play against top-level competition, so you never know what you're going to see. You could look at the record and say, hey, they've struggled a little bit, but they always tend to find a way. So it's going to be interesting to see that.
Tampa Cath coming in, as I mentioned, 0-2. Both of their losses, Andrew Jackson and the Fleming Isling. I'll get into them in just a little while. And Winter Haven, of course, coming in at 2-0. Winter Haven out of Class 6A, District 7. Tampa Cath out of Class 3A, District 5. Winter Haven will be all in the white tops, white bottoms. They've got black numbers and gold trim. And Tampa Cath, they will be all in the green tops, green bottoms. And they've got black numbers, little trim in white as we get ready from our SCB TV courtside seats inside Oak Ridge High School Gymnasium, home of the Pioneers. And the Breast Cancer Awareness Classic is underway. And quickly, Tampa Cath coming back up. The shot is no good. Rebound is ripped away, and we'll have a jump ball. For the Blue Devils of Winter Haven, it'll be number 0, Jamie Phillips, number 4, Isaac Salazar, number 5, Terrell Redding, number 10, Gudason Mateo, and number 11, Dylan James, the starters. Tampa Cath going to come away with the basketball there. They'll go with number 1, Eddie Brunson, who pulls that 3 and bottoms it out. A 3 from Eddie Brunson, the 6'4 junior, to crack the seal on this one. He'll be joined by number 2, Isaiah Campbell-Fitch, number 3, Roderick Watson-Percy, number 5, keep your eyes on him, Carmelo Branch, and number 14, Donnie Morris. Another steal, and now comes back and is taken away, and here comes Mertel. Mertel angling down the right of the lane, goes up off the window, no, and the board comes off now, Tampa Cath.
Tampa Catholic's got a good couple early looks at the basket. They've got to be able to capitalize on those bunnies down the stretch here.
Carmelo Branch, enjoyed watching him a season ago. He's in possession of the basketball, pulls the right wing 3, hill of the rim, no. Rebound tipped and brought down. And here comes Isaac Salazar. Salazar whips it up ahead to Dylan James. James off the window and scores. Dylan James, the 6'8 junior. Let's keep our eyes on him. Last season, 18 points per game to go with 4 boards and 2 blocks. A key player for this ball club of Winter Haven.
I like his size. I like what he does around the basket. He should control the glass on both sides.
Branch gets the offensive rebound inside. Brunson leans up off the window and scores. So 2 quick buckets for Adrian Brunson. A second chance opportunity there for Tampa Cath. 5-2 coming up on a minute and a half gone by. Hands up. All right, we're sitting in the expensive seats. Let's be ready. It'll be a turnover, Tampa Cath basketball.
Here we're going to get another look at that. That offensive rebound, understanding the ability to impact the game on the offensive and defensive glass is going to be important if Tampa Catholic wants to pull away with a win here.
Searching for their first win in the early going. A little Iverson cut action to Brunson. Brunson gets the screen worked around by Morris. Now Morris is open, did not feed it to him in the post. Here's Campbell-Finch. Finch back to Brunson, left wing, 3 ball. Hill of the rim, long board, comes out, chased down by Winter Haven, and they'll run with it with Phillips. Phillips all the way left side. It was bothered and blocked. Tipped out of bounds. Possession, Mr. Ref says, we'll go to Tampa Cath.
Brunson started off, he has no hesitation with letting that shot go. He's pulling it up from wherever, which is a good thing to see that even down 0-2 on the season, the confidence is still there.
Brunson behind the back, steps in, not there. Here's Branch. Branch, quick dribble, goes behind the back at the foul line. They're protecting the foul line for the moment. Morris back outside. Here's Campbell-Fitch, 15-foot jumper, short. Did not get the roll. Rebound, offensive rebound and second chance opportunity. No. Rebound again inside. Big Phillips, the 6'5 sophomore with the board, and he'll bring it up now, whip it up to the right side. Here's James. Peel it back, check it. That's Isaac Salazar, the 6'6 sophomore. A lot of youth for this Winter Haven squad. Jump pass inside, underneath off the window is no good from Mertel, and the board comes down to Tampa Cath. 5:23 in a moving clock in transition. Watson-Piercy in the paint, turn, and James with a block. Dylan James with a block, kicks it up ahead. Here comes Isaiah. Isaiah back to James, who's running the floor. Caught in the middle, left hand up, no, and a whistle call from the trail elite official.
He wasn't able to finish that one, but you love to see the athleticism on both sides of the floor to get the block, and we're going to get a look at that here on the defensive end, to wall up, get the block, and then grab it and run the floor. With his size and his ability, he's definitely somebody you have to keep eyes on, not just here for today's game, but moving forward.
Dylan James at the free throw line, and the first one is good. He's got 3 points on the day. James, a 6'8" junior, highly thought of and one to keep your eyes on in Class 6A out of that District 7. Second free throw from James will be short, no good, tipped and goes out of bounds. So it'll be Tampa Cath basketball. Coach Tyrone Woodside of Winter Haven yelling out the instructions, and now it will be Winter Haven basketball. They'll be baseline out of bounds underneath their own basket. Inbound to James. No shot clock, by the way. Turn, Phillips, pump fake, block from Morris on the backside, and now Tampa Cath will take it and run. Up ahead, in the possession, traveling up again and scoring good. Roderick Watson-Piercy on the break. 7-3 ball game, 3 minutes gone by, and they'll pick him up with that full court pressure.
He knew he was going to face a defender there that's known for blocking shots. So come in with the confidence and still get the finish there is big time.
Salazar in possession, worked on now by Bronson. Whips it over to the left side to Phillips. Phillips has it, has a count on him. No movement at the moment from Winter Haven, so he takes that big body, drives and scores with the left hand. Jamie Phillips Jr., the 6'5 sophomore, used all of that body there, Justin, for the hoop. 4:24, less than that. Campbell Fitch, corner, Branch, 3, bottoms. Oh, man, Carmelo Branch, a triple out of the corner.
That's his third attempt, so him finally getting one to fall. That could be bad here down the stretch for Winter Haven. You don't want him to get going early.
James underneath scores. Branch not shy at shooting it, but as you mentioned, his third attempt, yes. So he's able to get that going, and that could lift him to higher marks. Here's Watson-Piercy, drops it off. Morris has it, back out topside. Brunson not there. Good help defense to shut it off was Martell. But he's going to pull a long topside three. It's off the mark. Rebound hits the floor and push down. Here comes Redding. Redding in the middle. Redding with gas. Redding all the way. Left hand. Count it. Oh. And the foul. Terrell Redding and one.
That was impressive, his ability to contort his body a little bit. He understood place and time, was able to finish through contact. He's going to head to the free throw line with an opportunity to make that the three-point play.
Christian Cole will be checking into the contest. Tampa Cath only 8 dressed today. As Justin brought out to you, Carter Knox, the highly talented sophomore, unavailable today. Redding at the free throw line, a 6-foot junior, trying to complete the three-point play. We're in a 10-9 ball game, and we're tied at 10. Redding completes the three-point play and now will come out of the ball game. Jadarius Cobb, a 5'10 junior, number 13 in white, checks in now for Winter Haven. Isaiah Campbell-Finch, young freshman for Tampa Cath, in possession, gives it over to Brunson. Brunson uses the screen from Branch, wasn't there, popped out, topside. Cole off the bench, no. Rebound, tip, fought for it. Gonna come out. Branch, good hustle, but unable to save it. And it'll be Winter Haven basketball.
Got to keep your head on a swivel when you're sitting over here, huh?
Courtside seats, man. And nothing like it. See you in the gym. Looking, no, inbound. It had to go back into Phillips. Phillips, 6'5". Very agile. Goes, short floater. Back jam from Dylan James. James beginning to fill it up, and Winter Haven moves in front for the first time. They have a 12-10 advantage.
That was a big-time follow there for James. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him here early.
7 points for James already. Brunson on the catch, circled in, had to whip it to the sideline. Now they're on their left wing. Working on it. Couple dribble moves. Here's Morris. Morris going to go down the lane, flipped it up with the left hand. No. James on the glass. He puts it on the floor, centers it in the middle, and here he comes for Winter Haven. He's got the advantage at the foul line. Now stops and peels it back. Nothing there. Now no movement. Let's see what they do. Does not have a count. Now James calls out the set, whips it over to the left side. Tyrese Mayo into the contest in possession. Mayo into James. James on a catch, one turn, jump hook, left it short, tip. Rebound is to Branch. Branch gets it and clears it for Tampa Cath. Quickly up ahead to Brunson. Brunson going to chase, run in, and a foul is called. That one will be on the floor possibly.
And I don't really like that foul call there. He was bailed out a little bit, but here we're going to get a look at the rebound and follow from Dylan James. Comes off the rim. James just in the right place, right time, finds and slams it home.
Foul on Jadarius Cobb, 13. They called it on the shot. It was not on James, who was coming with a fly swatter. Free throw, good from Brunson. Brunson had 6 early points, and he's 1 of 1 from the free throw line. 2:23 to go. Quarter number 1, game number 1, inside of Oak Ridge High School, Orlando, Florida. Glad that you're with us wherever you are. The SUVTV.com. Brunson's second free throw was good. Even ball game at 12 all.
The question here is going to be how long can Tampa Catholic last, not having many players stressed and playing a high-level basketball game here against a very solid team and a well-coached team.
Well, it could just be dependent upon how they practice to play and pick their spots. And right now, through the first 6 minutes, it's an even ball game. Coach Don does a good job of managing all type of things that Tampa Cath has to deal with. Drive, up no good, Branch on the rebound, long outlet to Brunson. Brunson hesitates, stop, elbow, 17-footer, it's off. Rebound comes off to Mayo, the guard. Mayo whips it quickly up ahead to Phillips. Phillips to a cutting James. James put it on the floor, now lifted it up, and that was a pass. No, rebound off the Branch. Branch, long lead pass up to Morris. Morris now gonna move by Mayo, tipped away. Good job by Mayo to come in and not give up the easy layup, and then it's a turnover off of Tampa Cath. It'll be Winter Haven basketball.
And the vision from Dylan James on that last possession. That was a solid pass from him to find his man. He wasn't able to finish, but you love to see a player understand, hey, I've got two guys on me, and every time I touch the ball, multiple eyes are going to follow me and find the open man. That was a big-time possession there from him.
12-12 ball game. And now here's Isaac Salazar. Salazar has yet to score, but now floats it high to James, and a foul will be called. Salazar, known as the double-double guy, had 15 points and 16 rebounds in their victory over McHale last week. And it was the defensive intensity that really stood out for Winter Haven in that contest. We have not seen a lot of that here, although we have seen some good plays defensively. But 15 points and 16 rebounds, you get that every night, man, you're doing good.
You get that every night, you're playing at the next level.
True. James missed the first free throw. That's his only struggle spot right now, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. James, another one. It is good. So he split them. And the margin moves to 1, 13-11, under 90 seconds in this opening frame. Campbell Fitch drives by Mayo. He whips it over to Branch. To Cole, excuse me. Now they kick it back out. Now Jordan Spicer is in the contest. Shot is no good. Hustled is saved and out of bounds. And it will go to Winter Haven. And now Tyrese Maxey taking a look at his finger. Did he dislocate his finger? Yeah, Mayo is going to come out, and back in will be Tyrell Redding.
2 for 8 from 3 is Tampa Catholic right now. They're relying a lot on that outside shot.
And Brunson and Branch with the makes, both coming off the right side. Phillips using all of the body, goes and is fouled, and I don't think Spicer has enough weight room action for Jamie Phillips Jr., 6'5" and a sophomore, at a good 225. He'll go to the free throw line. And Carmelo Branch will get ready to check back in. Carmelo with the K, by the way. Phillips free throw, good rotation, but left it short, no good.
Free throws are that sore spot right now for Winter Haven. Still early.
Second one rolled in good, so split them, did Phillips. Coming off a 9-10 season a year ago, Winter Haven. But boy, did they lose a big one in the playoffs to that powerhouse named Bartow. Oh, 3 ball is good. Got the roll from Christian Cole. 15-14, under 45 seconds. Quickly Redding up ahead. He gives it up off of the window. No good. Cobb, and now goes. Cobb got the bounce. Jadarius Cobb, his first field goal. Back this way, 3 ball is off, and Phillips gets the rebound. Long lead pass. Caught up ahead. Redding now saved it. Cobb couldn't touch it. Yeah, he tried to leave it alone and hope his teammate realized he couldn't touch it. Out of bounds and a turnover.
Another 3-point attempt. Tampa Catholic's not wasting any time.
They can hold for the final shot here as we come up on 20 seconds. No shot clock in the Breast Cancer Awareness Classic. Here is Watson Piercy, now hands it over to Brunson. Brunson, couple dribble moves. Good defensive effort from Cobb momentarily. 7 seconds. Brunson went in, stripped away by Redding. Phillips has it with 3. Phillips with 2. Phillips with 1 step back, fires a 3 ball to beat the horn. It is no good. A very good first quarter, all things considered. It's a 16-15 Winter Haven lead on Tampa Cath right here on SUV TV.
when you don't feel like working and you still got to go to work. That's the grind. And that's what you have to do sometimes.
When you choose to put in the work and embrace the journey, success has no choice but to find you.
Buzz, come here. I want to see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. with the varsity.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, you made it.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Welcome you back inside Oak Ridge Gymnasium. We begin the second quarter between Tampa Cath and Winter Haven. Second quarter action, 16-15. Branch a three. It's off the mark, no good. Tampa Cath in the green. They're moving left to right. Another three stripped the net's good. Is that Christian Cole? It is. So Cole with his second three ball of the contest. Long three, hill of the rim, no good. Rebound to Phillips. Phillips right there in the lane, puts it up, little floater, got the roll. All living right. Jamie Phillips Jr. with the roll. So the seesaw affair even again, 8-18. Whips it around, and now here is Watson Piercy. Piercy to Cole. Cole now gives it over to Campbell Finch. Campbell Finch driving left of the lane, stop, moves in, right hand footer, good. His first field goal. Isaiah Campbell Finch with the float. 20-18. In the end action here in the first 50 seconds, and a thievery in the backcourt. Campbell Finch with the steal on James, but then the push.
I thought they were going to call him the travel there.
I did too, yes.
Look at the defense, though. His ability to turn defense into offense. He understood, he could get lower there in that situation than Dylan James could, and he was able to pickpocket him there, head down the other direction.
James hit with the foul. Branch, three, no. Board to Phillips. Phillips will push it up ahead. Now whip past to Celesar. Celesar again held scoreless so far. Goes behind the back. That's James, though. James jumper, long and lanky, no good. Rebound underneath. They fight for it. Offensive rebound to Redding. Redding to a cutting Cobb. Cobb up, off, no good. Tip, follow inside, good. Sticking and saying, there's Isaac Celesar. And that's what he does. Offensive rebound and second chance opportunity. His first deuce. A long topside three. Hill of the rim, no good. Tampa Cath, you mentioned it, Justin. Not shy with the long ball at all. Here is Redding into the front court. Redding, a tricky dribble now, gives it to James. James picked up by Brunson. He gets the count on him. No shot clock. Now he picks up the dribble on the right side and now bounces it over to Redding. Redding back out near the timeline. 2 minutes gone by in this second quarter. We're even at 20. Good cut inside, but the pass knocked away. And out of bounds will stay with Winter Haven. Bronson, Campbell Fitch, Cole, Branch, and Watson Piercy, the five on the floor for Tampa Cath. And now just as I say that and set that, Donnie Morris, the 6'5 sophomore, will check in. And Christian Cole, the 6'1 sophomore, will take a seat. Sophomore is up and down this lineup for Tampa Cath. You know something about Tampa Cath last season, Justin? They did not play one home game.
Wow.
They had their gym renovated, and they played all neutral site and road games last season. Get this shot out of here. Oh, Bronson with a beat-down block. Jumper. Off, no good. Tip, rebound. They fight for it underneath, and Morris comes away with it. Kicks it up ahead. Here's Campbell Finch. Campbell Finch left his feet on the pass to Bronson, who changed it, tucked himself in the air and scored. You mentioned it earlier about him contorting his body, and there's an example of it there, his first two in the second quarter.
Well, the great thing about playing your games on the road is that you're able to come into events like this and not feel flustered by being away from home, not having that home crowd support. They're a young team, but they're not playing young right now.
Yeah, and a lot of that they played on the road, whereas freshmen. James rebound, shot is no good, rebound knocked away, good active hands from Winter Haven. We were talking about the numbers, only 8 dressed here for we got Tampa Cath, but Whitehaven has not played any more than 8 either.
There we got to look at the contortion expert Ed Bronson there with the finish. But yeah, you're right. The rotations have not hurt Tampa Cath as of yet. They've done a great job getting guys in and out, understanding when guys need a breather. They've done a very, very good job with the situations they've been handed.
In the air, Pierce is back in, now whips it to the corner, open, Campbell Finch, three, bottom. Isaiah Campbell Finch, a three.
He's finally able to get that three ball to fall.
Largest lead for Tampa Cath at 5, 25-20. In possession now is Therese Mayo, the 5'7" sophomore. Over to Phillips. They run their action to the top. Couldn't get it to James. Phillips goes up. Couldn't score. Rebound underneath. Phillips fought and came away with it. Love his motor. Salazar, a three ball off the mark. Rebound underneath. Brought down. And here comes Campbell Finch running. Campbell Finch got Branch to his right. Branch going to go. Get that shot out of here. Oh, James with another block. He pinning in there. Rebound underneath. Up, flip, scoring. Oh, nice way to stay with it. Isaiah Campbell Finch. But, man, the defensive effort from James. Long arm of the law. His second block, I think, right?
Yep.
Here comes Mayo. Mayo holds it now with the left-hand dribble. Tampa Cath lead balloons to 7, just like that. A 7-0 run since it was 20 all. Salazar now to James. James picked up by Morris. Morris steps in, gets the count, fronts him, tried to feed it into Phillips, and now a foul will be called on Roderick Watson-Piercy, the 6'4" senior, coming through.
And here we're going to get another look at that possession. You have to know where Dylan James is at all times. He's going to contest everything. Great athleticism, great ability to contest that. He just needs to come away with the rebound in that situation, not allow them to get another opportunity.
But you know what I also like about that? Clean. Nothing on the body. It was all ball. And with his timing, allowing him to make a sound block without drawing a foul, either up high or with the body. Phillips, cross-court pass, James, open, left wing, three ball bottom. Dylan James in double figures with 11, and a timeout call now. It will be called by Winter Haven. It will be a full timeout, their first timeout here of the contest at the 3:34 mark. All right, is this your first time seeing Dylan James, Justin?
No, I've had an opportunity to see him on the AAU scene. This is a little bit different of what I've seen from him. A lot of times in grassroots basketball, you see guys play a little bit more athletic. They get out and they're up and running. You don't see as much from them as far as running sets, getting into positions to knock down shots, where he's shown himself he's a willing shot taker. He's missed a couple of them, but he's done a great job taking some of those long shots and showcasing an ability to not only be a force inside, but he's a shooter as well, and that was great to see.
I like the point that you bring out there, and I love the travel ball and the grassroots games, but sometimes once you get into sanctioned basketball, that's what you're able to see. And we've seen them come with a couple of actions, pops to the top, couple curls, however they want to describe it, and they've been effective with it in some stages. But Dylan James right now, 11 points in the contest, coming in averaging 17.5 points and 6.5 rebounds last season. And he had 18 points, 4 boards, 2 blocks in their victory over McHale this week. So between James, Phillips, and Salazar, Winter Haven in pretty good shape.
Yeah, they're a very talented roster. I love the way that they fight and compete here. They've contested everything, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you're always going to be successful on that contest, but you're not. There's no easy buckets, easy layups being handed out. They're not giving up on any plays. They're playing hard on every possession, and I love to see that.
Mayo and Martell join James, Phillips, and Salazar on the floor for Winter Haven. They're defensively now all in white. Here's Tampa Cath on the offensive attack, knocked away underneath. Morris had it knocked away. Salazar tried to save it, saved it right to Morris. Back to Branch. Branch to Morris. Nice give-go. Layup good. Way to cut, not give up on the play now. Beautiful seek and find from Carmelo Branch.
And that's what you have to do if you're on the Tampa Catholic end, is you have to go straight up and attack the basket. You know you have a shot blocker there, so you're definitely going to come across some contact. You have to be prepared for that, and you have to fight through. Knowing the contact's coming, you have to just go straight up and force him to make either foul me or block, either or. And
a good no call there. James showing he's sound with the use of his long, lengthy body. 6'7", he's listed, but his arms might be that of the octopus. Here is Phillips at the top. Now they're being patient to James. James back to Phillips. So Phillips is going to show the range. The three is short. Rebound underneath by Gilmore. Up it, no good. Martell, excuse me. Jason Mertel, the 6'2 sophomore. It'll be Winter Haven basketball. They take it out. Mayo is in the corner. Good closeout. Now jump pass over to James. James wanted to pull it. Salazar back to the basket. Turning. Quick jump hook. It's off the mark. Mayo followed the rebound out of the guard spot. Couldn't get it to go. Morris has it. And now up ahead here comes Campbell Finch. Campbell Finch flying to the hole. Lost it out of bounds. Good no call. And it will stay with Tampa Cavs.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more from Salazar as of yet. My question here is how long before he wakes up? And once he wakes up, he could be a problem for this Tampa Catholic defense.
Excellent point. Also, right now, just quiet, 2 points on an offensive rebound, but a season ago, 17.5 points and 14.5 rebounds. A double-double, a walking double-double. Branch down the right of the lane, extends with the right hand and scores. Carmelo Branch. 31-28, Tampa Calf now pushes the lead out to 8. That's their largest lead right now, and now we're going to have an offensive foul, or yes, we will. Yep, offensive foul on Phillips and a turnover. That is the 16th foul on Winter Haven. 7 for the single bonus and a 1-and-1, and 10 for the double bonus here in the state of Florida. To the top, holding it now is Watson Percy. In the corner to Campbell Finch. Finch brings it back out, and the hyphenated backcourt will set it up again. Puts it on the floor, 2 dribble, pull up, 16-footer, good. From Isaiah Campbell Finch, a big second quarter here from Finch. He has 9 in the quarter and a 10-point lead now. It's a 10-3 run since it was even at 20 all. James passed to Mayo. Mayo picked up the dribble, cutting Salazar, layup good. Isaac Salazar. Coach Woodside patiently, calmly standing, giving out the instruction. Takes it into Brunson. Brunson to Cole. Cole a 3. Off the mark, no good. Rebound ripped off by Mertel. Martel gives it up to Salazar. Salazar, will he get it going? Drive to the hoop. No. Rebound left it short. They fight for it underneath. Salazar has it back. Salazar up and in. Back-to-back field goals for Isaac Salazar.
He's a guy you have to know where he's at all the time. You have to box him out. You can't just leave it to chance and think that one of your teammates defensively will grab that board, because he loves going after the offensive glass.
Under a minute to go. 3 ball. No good. Oh, and a foul call, and a Cardinal send foul by the young sophomore Tyrese Mayo, fouling the 3-point shooter.
Here we're going to get another look at it. Oh, he just boxed out back into him. You can't do that.
Yep. And they're going to call it on the floor. That's interesting. Thought that one should have been on the shot, because you mentioned boxing out, but that also goes into he didn't give him the area to land.
Yep, absolutely.
But I'm agreeing with Coach Don. The ref is explaining to Coach Don he wanted to see how it wasn't a shooting foul, and I have to concur. Here comes Watson Piercy. Floater, count it, and 1. Well, he got that one, and 1 on the shot. Foul on Martel.
I see UCF staff in the building. Can only wonder who they're here to evaluate.
Jadarius Cobb will check in. Sometimes you just show up at the gym and see what you see.
Yeah, but head coaches don't come in the gym without a little bit of intel in advance.
Of course, of course. 3-point play opportunity is good from Roderick Watson Percy. That's the advantage of playing right down the street, though. Pulling up across the timeline now is Salazar. He lost it. Has to recover it in the backcourt. Over and back. Salazar is upset. They thought that he hit the basketball, and the Winter Haven staff does not agree. Tampa Cath right now, a 16-7 push since it was 2020, and that's giving them chance now to widen that margin in the final 15 seconds. Isaiah driving, and it is rejected, but a foul is called on the floor.
Even though it doesn't count and it doesn't matter, I love the way that Dylan James closes quickly and brings backside help defense. You see how quickly he gets there, how quickly he gets off the floor. I really like to see that from him.
Isaiah Campbell Finch going to the free throw line for the first time. He's had a big second quarter, 9 points in the quarter from the 5'11 freshman. 1-1. Free throw is good. 4 of 4 from the free throw line as a team in this first half is Tampa Cav.
Free throw line is a big differentiator between good and great basketball teams.
Win your games and lose your games. 11-point lead. Final shot for Winter Haven possibly. Celisar driving, low floating good, so he's became more aggressive over the last 2 minutes of the quarter. Up ahead, Branch, will that count? Oh man, that was close. We go to the half with Tampa Cav holding a 38-29 lead on Winter Haven. You're watching the Breast Cancer Awareness Classic on SUV TV.
Tamara Brown with SUV TV at the CP3 Rising Stars campus.
SUV TV's 2019 NBA Draft Day coverage.
Anthony Edwards Collegiate Decision presented by the Georgia Hoop Circle on SUV TV.
SUV TV brings the game to the audience.
You give a better focus on the actual game at hand. Sometimes you could tell it's just a running camera by itself sitting there, but with SUV TV, it's more of a personal experience.
Just the exposure, being able to see games that you normally wouldn't be able to see, not only here locally, but across the country.
Those angles make you pick up different things as a coach, as an evaluator. They're giving you great quality, nobody talking in the background. I think it brings basketball to the forefront.
Whether it's a family member that lives in a different state, they can watch the game, or just bringing in more coverage for these players, or if it just allows us to raise more money for something like Susan G. Komen. And so I think this event has grown because you guys have been a part of it the whole entire time.
SUV TV has given a different light to kids that don't always get the best exposure.
The commentary that goes along with the games, I think is always interesting.
It's down.
Oh, yes, sir. It brings something to the table that no other streaming aspect can bring, no matter how hard they try right now.
Dayton Avian Williamson at the buzzer. That is how you get the Peachtree Corners Invitational started. And that will do it. Thanks for joining.
We get ready for the second half as we welcome you back to the Breast Cancer Awareness Classic. Joel Hillsman and Justin Brantley, glad that you're with us. Quick little correction. I had Roderick Watson-Piercy with the 2 in the first quarter. That really was Isaiah Campbell-Finch. So he has 13 points to lead Tampa Cath at the half. 11 in that second quarter. 9 from Eddie Brunson. 5 from Carmelo Branch on the other side. 11 from Dylan James and 8 from Isaac Salazar. First half thoughts, Justin?
I'm really impressed by Isaiah Campbell-Finch. 13 points. I mean, that's impressive from anybody, but when you see it coming from a freshman, stepping up and really taking advantage of the stage, in the way in which he scored, he's played with a lot of confidence. He showed an ability to get in the lane and make things happen. I'm really impressed by his energy and what he brings to the table. And on the other end, Dylan James. Dylan James has done a lot on both ends, on both glasses. He's defended the rim. He's done a great job there for Winter Haven. So, those are 2 things that have stood out the most to me, and looking forward to see how that continues to go as we get down the stretch here.
5 of 5 from the free throw line, Tampa Cath there in that first half. 4 of 7 for Winter Haven. Tampa Cath in possession. They move right to left as you view it. All in the green. Green tops and green bottoms. Black numbers, white trim, and Winter Haven all in white. White tops, white bottoms, black numbers, and gold trim. The 3 ball from Brunson is off the mark. No good. Rebound knocked away and a steal by James. Dylan James will put it on the floor, of course, coming in as their leading scorer. He has 11 here in this game so far. Feed it down to Salazar, who's going to face up and open up on the baseline. Back to the basket, working on Branch. The double is there. Whips it over. There's a jumper lift up by Martell. It's good. It's first field goal.
Tampa Catholic loves the 3 ball. They have not hesitated to shoot. If they're open, it's going up.
38-31, a 7-point advantage. It was an 18-9 finish when it was tied at 20 all. Branch scores. He has 7. Branch, the 6'4 junior. Here's the pass over now to Martell. Martell gets it back out, and now holding it is Salazar, who came on down the stretch in the second quarter and now continues to pick up. He's in double figures with 10 on that drive and float.
When he gets downhill, he's just so difficult to stop because he knows how to control his body, but he knows how to get to his spots and use his size to body guys into an aggressive offensive position there for him.
Branch worked on by Phillips over to Brunson. Brunson, 2-dribble pull-up, elbow, 16-footer, got the roll. Eddie Brunson with the field goal. He has 9. No, he has 11, excuse me. 42-33, a minute and a half gone by. 9-point advantage. Tampa Cath, I hate to keep bringing it up. It was 20-20, and they went on that run, which was a 7-0 run. It pushed it out to 27-20, and they've continued to expound on it ever since. Now, you see, that's the difference in the contest, and now a turnover from Winter Haven.
Yeah, basketball's a game of runs, and they did a good job of going on a run at the right time. The right place, right time, if you will. And Tampa Catholic was able to, get into attack mode, and they haven't relinquished that run. Like you said, it was a 7-point run. They're up 8 now. They haven't given back up a run.
Exactly. Tough finish from Salazar. But now Tampa Cath looking to try and push it into double figures. Brunson has it. Gets the screen. Now he spins away from it. He's on that right wing with a bevy of dribbles. Works it around. Here's Branch. Branch going to go baseline. Went by Phillips. Got the step, but did not score. Back out to Brunson. Top side 3 ball. Bottom. Falling on his wallet. A 3 from Eddie Brunson. I don't know I'm saying Eddie, but it's Edrin Brunson. Ed Brunson, as they have it. Inside. Caught. Alley. Oh, my God. The arm came out of long from somewhere. Just throw it up there near him. And he caught it and threw it home. Dylan James.
My goodness.
Sheesh.
Here we're going to get another look at it. I thought that alley-oop was thrown way too high, but he went and got it. I don't know how he found the extra oomph to go up top, but great find there from the teammate. He threw it. I didn't think he was going to get it. I thought it was going to be a turnover, but my goodness.
It's called a long tentacle. That's what it's called. Turning up. Oh, Drake. No good. Got his board underneath. Pump fake goes up. Count it and 1. Roderick Watson-Piercy. Who had an and 1 earlier in the contest.
That's a way to stay with it. Find a way. And you have to appreciate that when guys aggressively attack the offensive glass and refuse to give up on a play. Great job there from him.
Foul on Salazar, his first. Free throw is good, so the three-point play is completed by Roderick Watson-Percy. He has 6 in the contest.
And you mentioned that earlier, his ability to, convert those three-point plays.
Exactly. He is 2 of 2 from the foul line, and now the defensive effort, and they take it away, and we're trying to get a held ball, and the ref just waiting on it, and now there's the held ball. Good job from Isaiah Campbell-Finch, the young 5'11" freshman.
He's done a great job turning the ball over. He turns defense into offense. He applies heavy ball pressure. I really like what he brings to the table. He doesn't look like a freshman right now.
Oh, absolutely not. Salazar spins it over to Phillips. Now in the corner, they get it inside. Good ball movement, James, but the collapse of the defense forced the turnover. Campbell-Finch with it, races up the sideline, and now a foul will be called. This will be on Redding with the push. Terrell Redding, the 6-foot junior, will pick up his first foul. When you take a look at Tampa Calf in that region 2, you'll probably get Calvary Christian and Tampa Berkeley Prep that will be the primary challengers or contenders to push for that. I got to saw Calvary Christian last week, and now putting them up against Tampa Calf live eyes, and they're going to have to really dig deep. Shot no good, rebound underneath Salazar. He protects it and puts it on the floor. Salazar now uses them body into the front court. Let's see if they'll set it up. Trailing by 13. The lead has just continued to balloon. On a cut, Phillips float for the mid post. No, got his own board. Goes back up, left side. No. James board, put it on the floor, up and in. Dylan James.
Again, his rebounding ability, it's not been limited to the defensive end. He attacks the glass on both ends and does a phenomenal job of finding, not just the rebounds in his own zone, but outside of his zone.
I expect his average from 6.5 from last season to go up this year, maybe to around an 8 or 9. And if they don't, it'll be because Salazar is getting them all. An offensive foul is called, and that is on number 10, Jason Mertel. Mertel palms to the sky, not understanding it. Winter Haven has been kind of confused by this one official.
Yeah, that's one of the things within high school basketball. You have to quickly learn how the game's being called and then make adjustments as necessary. And that's, it's tough for young kids, but they've got to find a way.
3 ball, bottomed out by Isaiah Campbell-Finch. He has warmed to the task in a major way, pushing it out now 51-37. It is a 16-point advantage for Tampa Calf, the Crusaders. Here is Salazar. Salazar drive is rejected as he comes in. Watson-Percy said no. Mayo will check back into the ball game. Inside.
Good finish there from Salazar.
Yep, he has 12. Tampa Calf now holding it. Here's Brunson. Brunson going to come and get the screen. Goes around it on the top. Good job defensively, but now a 3 from Finch. No, Salazar rips off the glass and puts it on the floor. Salazar on the drive, all the way, took the contact, didn't get the call, and the rebound comes off Tampa Calf out to Branch. Carmelo and Ingles in. Carmelo, 12-footer. It's blocked. Block number 3 from James. James recovers it, and Winter Haven will come back this way. Now he dribbles to the trap. Back out and a turnover. Yeah, he was dribbling to the sideline, and indecision led to a turnover.
I want to see how he responds. I mean, it's always tough when you're trailing by a little bit, you're trying to make things happen, and sometimes you try a little too hard to make things happen. So I want to see how he responds here down the stretch. We've got a little bit over a quarter remaining in this basketball game. I want to see how he accepts and handles that adversity.
Zone defense now being shown from Winter Haven. 3 ball, Brunson, bottom. And Brunson with a triple. That is his 3rd triple of the day. 54-39, and the lead now swelling as we come up on 2 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter. Game number 1 of the Breast Cancer Awareness Classic right here on SUV TV. Good one coming up next, Miami Norland, and St. Petersburg is next. Could not get the N1 to go from Jamie Phillips Jr. He'll go back to the free throw line. Foul called on Roderick Watson-Percy. Here's the second. 1:58 to go, 3rd quarter. Tampa Calf coming in 0-2, but in good shape to pick up that first victory of the year. Winter Haven coming in at 2-0, and they were averaging 65.5 points per game. Look like they're going to be held below that right now. They won their both previous games by 27 points each. Free throw, Phillips, good. Another one coming up. Good.
3 for 4 from the free throw line. He's found a way to finish plays. Now they just need to get a couple stops, string a couple stops together, and go on a run of their own.
Christian Cole is back into the contest, but a 30-second timeout will be called by Tampa Cave. 30-second timeout at the 1:49 mark. Christian Cole, I mentioned, had checked back into the ball game. He had a pair of threes in that first half. Tampa Cave with the 13-point lead with 1:49 to go.
As you've watched this game, you've had an opportunity to see high-level basketball. You know, we were at CP3 camp, Rising Stars camp together. So,
yes.
You know, seeing high-level guys there, high-level guys here. When you see the level of basketball and how basketball has, you know, gone from being a place where you have pockets of talented players to now, you know, these teams are almost loading up, if you will. Talk to me a little bit about what we can expect from these two teams moving into their season. You talked a little bit about Winter Haven. They struggled, you know, last season, and they're off to a great start here this year. What can we expect to see?
Well, it just depends on how it shakes out. When you look at that 6A classification, which I'll go over that here in just a moment. Let me grab that. Here's a steal coming back. Spicer is into the contest. And 6A is kind of loaded. And, of course, my favorite team out of 6A is Pembroke Prime's Charter with Colby King leading the way, defending 6A state champs. Then you got to think of what Tallahassee Lincoln can do, kind of off to a sluggish start. Bartow is there. Lakeland. And then, of course, Orlando Edgewater. I think those are some of the key teams. But at the top of that food chain in 6A is Pembroke Prime. No question about it. And then, you know, if I don't mention Stuart Martin and the Ryan Davis squad, and Ryan Davis is somebody, if you hadn't seen that young man go, ooh. Spicer, a three out of the corner. Hill of the rim, no good. Rebound comes off to James. But Winter Haven has an opportunity to make a trip to Lakeland for the state championships, semifinals and state championships. Drive, up, no, rebound. As I lay eyes on them for the first time, though, they're going to need a little more.
That was a late call there. You know, I'm not arguing with the call, but it was definitely late.
It's going to be an offensive foul on Phillips, his third. Check it, his second. 54-41. Just kind of looking for some more help between Phillips, Salazar, and James. If you got a good solid three, you're in good shape. But now the complementary pieces, I think, against quality teams will be something that Coach Woodside and his coaching staff will try and develop as the season continues.
Well, we always talk about the others, right? You know, you're going to have your workhorses on any high school team. The difference between state champions and teams with really good players that go to high major schools is the others. And what do you have coming off that bench? What can you expect when you look down and you need somebody to come in and give you, you know, boost off the bench or, you know, be that complimentary role player of the game that night?
Because James, Salazar, and Phillips all have gone the entire way so far. James picks up the defensive rebound and heads up the left side. Stops and spins it back out. Under a minute to go, third quarter. Phillips has it. Phillips set, fire, three ball. Got the roll. All living right. Jamie Phillips Jr., that's his first triple. Cuts it to 10. We're talking about it, but we're not over it, out of it. We talked about Winter Haven's defensive intensity in a big blowout win the other night, but can they use some of that defensive intensity here over the last 8 minutes possibly? Well, you got to guard Cole because Cole is stripping nets off of the three. Off of the bench, he knocks in another triple.
And that's his third three, as you said, off the bench. All three triples have been on that left side of the floor. You can't allow him to sit there and set up and wait on the pass.
And we talk about the others. There's an example of another coming up with bench production points while they're also missing a key 20-point score.
Well, and we talked about that leading into the game. Who was going to step up? Who was going to fill that spot vacated? And the answer has been multiple guys. Isaiah Campbell-Finch has been extremely impressive. Ed Bronson has had a great game so far. Christian Cole with 9 points off the bench.
A turnover, well, technically a jump ball. Coach Woodside and his staff are beyond himself. And the possession goes to Tampa Cath. Tampa Cath, Isaiah Campbell Fitch has led the way, 14, 16 points in the contest. Eddie Brunson has played very well as well. Driving, finished with the left. No, James another rebound. And that is the end of the third quarter. Tampa Cath holds a 57-44 lead as we head to the fourth right here on SUV TV.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
We get ready for the fourth and final quarter between Tampa Catholic and Winter Haven. Line score, Tampa Catholic 15-23-19 through the first three quarters, and Winter Haven 16-13-15. So that 23-point second quarter in which we marked that was 2020, and they put on that 7-0 run, and that really is where the game has changed. Winter Haven in possession to start it, and there's a turn and jump by James off the mark. No good. Rebound. Salazar back up, off, tip, fight for it, coming down. Phillips underneath, count it, and the foul. Big boy basketball from Jamie Phillips Jr. and one.
Yep, and that's what they're going to need down the stretch. You know, they're going to need to turn these single possessions into multiple opportunities at the basket, if that makes sense. You know, they can't have one look at the ball, one look at the basket, and come up empty and then head back the opposite direction.
Free throw, no good. Rebound, back tap. Here's another opportunity now. Salazar on the drive, took the contact, falling down, no. Branch with the rebound. Winter Haven crowd upset, but lost it out of bounds, and another opportunity to score without the ball crossing half court and getting possession of Tampa Cath.
Yep, and that's what I meant. Utilizing each trip down the floor to either A, get an opportunity to score, or B, get multiple looks at it and potentially force a foul or force a defensive error from Tampa Catholic.
And that's what Coach Don does not want to happen. He calls a 30-second timeout, 30 seconds in. He doesn't like the first 30 seconds of this fourth quarter. Taking a look at it, got 17 points for Edward Bronson, 16 for Isaiah Campbell Fitch. So they have been pulling the heavyweight. Branch quietly, and I say quietly in parentheses with 7, but for a Tampa Cath squad, as you take a look inside their huddle that only had 8 today, they played very well, and they have an 11-point lead, but Coach Don wants to make sure they hold it.
Yeah, and you see he's not coaching right now like a guy that's got a comfortable lead. The way that he's talking to his teammates, he's letting them know, guys, anything can happen here. And if we don't play solid basketball down the stretch, this game's not over. They can sneak back into this. And, he's not going to allow that to happen. So I think that was a well-timed timeout call there. You don't want to wait too long and let them get into a zone, get into a rhythm, and start to cut into this lead.
Tampa Cath with 3 timeouts remaining. They are all full. Winter Haven with 4 timeouts, 2 30s, and 2 fulls. Phillips, baseline out of bounds on the inbound, and he gets it back out to James. James has it between the rings. Step out now, a little zone defensive action. Inside, Salazar on the catch, and one. Isaiah Salazar coming to life. An and one opportunity coming up quick. 4 quick points for Winter Haven to start this quarter.
Yeah, and you can't ask for more than that. That was a perfect play call. Found the open man, finished right around the rim. He's going to head to the free throw line. This is the start of the fourth quarter that Winter Haven, if they had to draw up exactly how they would want this fourth quarter to look, this is it.
I'm glad you said great play call because that's coming out of a timeout.
Yep.
And so that shows the productivity of the timeout. Salazar free throw is good. So a 5-point start now, 5-0 spurt, cuts it down to 8. It's within striking distance for Winter Haven. Tampa Cath and Winter Haven. Game number 1 right here on SUV TV of the Breast Cancer Awareness Classic, Oak Ridge High School, Orlando, Florida. Tampa Cath in possession, no shot clock. Here is Brunson. Brunson now has Salazar on him, and they're extending the defense out. Here is Morris. Morris going to drive. And it's rejected. Young one, Jaredarius Cobb with the block. So and now we're seeing the defense pick up from Winter Haven.
Absolutely. It was interesting to watch this possession. Tampa Catholic has not hesitated to shoot the 3-ball at all day long. And a little bit more hesitation there in that possession.
On cue, as we got the replay, they pulled one. Rebound to Salazar. Time to cut the fat some more. James, quick 3. No. Rebound ripped off. Campbell Finch had it back tapped and knocked away. Redding tried to chase it down. So I can tell now that Winter Haven has put a little gas in the tank on the defensive intensity, trying to pick it up some.
Yeah, but you know what I'd like to see from them? I'd like to see them find the post, get a couple paint touches. They have an obvious advantage with Dylan James and Salazar. They need to find them both with a foot, at least maybe 2 feet in the paint, and allow them to do what they do best and attack around the rim.
I don't want Winter Haven getting at me. It's really a navy blue, a deep navy blue. Give block number 4 to Dylan James, but now they're going to recover it back this way. Here's Brunson. The branch, top side 3-ball, off the mark, left, rebound. They're going to get a second chance opportunity. No, stepped out of bounds, and it'll go to Winter Haven. Just so everyone at Winter Haven knows, I'm not colorblind. It's a navy blue. Looks like a black. Look at the easy cherry picking. Layup good from Weddick. Caught him flat-footed and sleep. It's a 6-point ball game just like that. 6:11 to go. Coach Woodside lowers his mask and yells out the defensive instructions. Spinning his fit. Step back. Jumper. Short. Rebound underneath. Morris. Up. No. Out of bounds.
You know, Finch missed that, and you won't hear me say this too often, but that was a good-looking miss. You know, his ability to get into the lane and make something happen, that was impressive. Here you're going to get another look at, or you got another look at Winter Haven's ability to protect the rim.
On the drive, across the lane, the layup is good. Coming across, Roderick Watson Percy, his field goal. First field goal here in this fourth quarter for Tampa Cath. 8-point game again. Salazar driving, out of control. Yep, offensive foul on Isaac Salazar.
And they call the offensive foul there.
Yeah.
You know what was the right call? He wasn't under control.
I'm not understanding Mr. Ref was going to try and make them sub. 5:29 to go, fourth quarter. Winter Haven now going to come and pick it up, and now all of a sudden, yeah, Salazar now will come out.
Yeah, they forced the sub.
Yeah, okay. He goes to the back. Full court pressure now being applied from Winter Haven. Coach Woodside wants it to be a more aggressive and attacking. On the drive, kick back out, open. 3, Campbell Fritch, that is short. Rebound, Miles saved it. The hustle. They've got the second chance opportunity.
He was fouled there. I'm shocked that they didn't call that, but maybe that was a makeup call from, earlier on.
Brunson almost lost the handle on it, gives it to Watson Piercy. Here's Branch. Branch back out. They'll reset it. Again, no shot clock in a Breast Cancer Awareness Classic. On the drive, Brunson stops below the foul line. They'll gives it back out. Working clock now at 4:50. Driving layup good. Roderick Watson Percy. Back-to-back field goals. And the lead now back to double figures at 10. And Coach Woodside calls a timeout. I love it. I love the teaching that's going on right here. It will be a full. Go ahead, expound on that, Justin.
And, the thing that stands out the most to me about that is it's not necessarily the end result, it's the intention. And that's what I want to coach. I want to coach intention, not results. We don't want to get results focused where, hey, but guess what, coach? It still worked. No, it doesn't matter. If you did the wrong thing, if your intention was wrong, I've got to call a timeout, and I've got to coach you through that so that you have the right intention moving forward, because this isn't just about this one basketball game. This is about this entire season and your entire career, young man. So I really like to see that from Coach.
And it's one of the things that you hate. Why are you going to pick up the basketball right there? You've got the sideline and the backcourt and your defender. And as soon as he threw the pass, he's like, no, Coach, but no. He's like, you forced me to because of the decision he made of picking up the dribble. 61-51, 4:36 to go. Glad that you're with us. I'm Joe Hilton, Justin Brantley, and our SUV TV courtside seats. And Winter Haven will go with Phillips, Martell. Salazar is back onto the floor. James and Redding, Terrell Redding. Tampa Calf not out of the huddle. They already got burned one time like that. They're going to get burned again, maybe. Catch. James has it. James stops, turns, short, got the roll. Dylan James, his first field goal here in this fourth quarter.
That's what I was going to say. He's been relatively quiet here in this fourth quarter, well, in the entire second half, really.
Yeah, 17 and a half. Dunk. Show you got those springs. Boy, Roderick Watson-Piercy coming to life. 9 and a half. Here is Phillips. Phillips now looks to make his move one way and the other. Goes down to the block, put it up, and it was fouled on the shot.
You see he didn't pick it up in the short corner that time.
He did not. Fouled on Ed Brunson. Each team now with 16 fouls, so we shoot free throws the rest of the way. And it's 4:02 to go here in this fourth and final frame. 10-point ball game. Coach Don is upset. He wants to know how in the world was that a shooting foul, but he didn't put it back down after the whistle, Coach. Free throw good from Phillips.
He might want to make his way back to the coach's box.
4 of 6 from the free throw line today is Jamie Phillips. He has one more coming. Good. He makes a pair. 63-55. They keep striking and playing with 8 points.
And that's what Winter Haven's going to need to do down the stretch to have an opportunity. They're going to have to make free throws. They're going to have to take advantage of each opportunity.
And they can't foul. Each team shooting free throws on every foul the rest of the way. Be sound with your fouling defensively, but then try to draw them offensively if you're Winter Haven. Tampa Calf will try and milk the clock. No shot clock. 3 ball. Bottoms. A 3 from Isaiah Campbell-Fitch. It is third triple of the day and now a turnover. And Coach Tyrone Woodside just turns and looks down the bench and says to Darius, go in.
Yeah, you have to have an answer for that. Here we're going to get another look at it. You can't leave Campbell-Finch wide open. And look at that dunk there from Roderick Piercy. I mean, Tampa Catholics had an opportunity to have multiple guys here step up for them and really carry them. They're really good. They're probably one of those better 0-2 teams you'll see. They're trying to change the course of their season here with this game here today.
Well, their 0-2 losses are not the shabby opponents. Let's put it that way. Andrew Jackson, defending state champ, was one of those losses. James, a 3 off the mark. Rebound tipped underneath. Salazar lost it. Winter Haven now almost playing hot potato. Here is now Morris. Morris gives it back over. Whips it across. Good ball movement. Watson-Pierce a 3. Oh, that was just excellent ball movement. He has came to life here in this fourth quarter, and the lead swells back to 14.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, they were face guarding Campbell-Finch there, 94 feet. They weren't going to allow him to touch the basketball, so it's great to see somebody else be able to step up and knock down a jumper in that situation.
15 for Roderick Watson-Pierce. Here's Salazar on the right wing. 2.5 to go. Underneath on the cut, turn.
Great find.
Up it in good by Salazar, and a quick timeout is called after the make.
Big time assist there from Phillips.
And it is a 30-second timeout, so 1:30 and 1 full remaining for Winter Haven.
Here we got another look at that assist. Phillips knew where his guy was. He put it where only he could get it. That was a great find, great finish there from Salazar, utilizing his body to seal off the defender and finish. I mean, I love the fact that, down 12, but they're playing as if they're down 2. They have not slowed down. They're fighting tooth and nail. So this is going to be a game for both of these teams to build off of moving forward.
And teaching moments right now, especially against an opponent of this nature, and Coach Woodside wanting to make sure that he capitalizes on that. Coming up next, it'll be Miami New Orleans. We'll get to talk a lot about those guys. And St. Petersburg, and that, you know, that might be a preview of something that goes on in Lakeland with those two being Class 5A schools. Get into that more next after Tampa Cath and Winter Haven, the Breast Cancer Awareness Classic, right here on SUV TV. Swings it to the left. Isaiah Campbell Finch across the lane. He whips it back over to Branch. Branch will peel it back out. We come up on 2 minutes to go. Branch drives. No foul call. Salazar comes away with the steal. Salazar on the break. Gives it off to James. James lost it going up. Rebound by James again. James fights for it. Up. And now they're going to say no shot, but it'll be the 1-and-1 either way.
Yeah, I mean, he battles. He plays hard. You love to see the effort and intensity he brings to the table. Here they kick it ahead to him. The pass, he was fouled there by Isaiah Campbell Finch, but they didn't call it. But he battled to stay with it. You know, really like what I'm seeing from Dylan James here.
Tampa Cath now calls a full, so they are out of full timeouts with 1:55 to go. You can't take them with them, so you might as well use them.
And with that being a full timeout, let's take it with them, and we'll be right back here with you to finish this fourth quarter out.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
So out of the timeout, it will be Winter Haven basketball. Phillips will be the tricker underneath. 12-point advantage for Tampa Cath. There is Phillips in the Salazar. Salazar catches, makes his move. Brunson came from the backside and bothered it. James is fouled going up, and he'll go back to the free throw line. Just missed the front end of the 1-and-1 a moment ago, and we'll go back. This time we'll get 2.
Dylan James is going to be a force for this Winter Haven squad here down the stretch. I really like what he brings to the table. He's got such upside, his ability to shoot the basketball, and his willingness to shoot it. A lot of big guys, you know, his said he's listed at 6'7", you know, with those long arms. I mean, 6'7", 6'8", scratch his kneecap, standing straight up. He's going to be a problem here in years to come. Only a junior.
I like the fact that his motor runs defensively, and he's very versatile. Does a lot of things well offensively, defensively, and in transition. 69-59.
It's a long 10 count, but they were able to make it across.
A minute and a half to go, and now a free safety move hit foul coming from Reading.
I really like the pace and the flow that Campbell Finch plays with. You know, his poise, his ability to put the team on his back and say, hey, get me the ball. You know, I'm the leader, I'm the finisher, put the ball in my hands, I can close this out. I'm really impressed by this young man here today.
He has played a very sound basketball game and is at the free throw line right now, 2 of 2 on the day.
Opportunity to cross into the 20 ball.
First free throw is good. He got the roll.
JP, wrong side.
Second one, good. So he's living right. He got the roll on both of them. 5 points in the quarter. .21 in the game. On the drive is Salazar. Up, it's rejected, and a foul we call good aggressive nature from Roderick Watson-Pearson.
Yeah, I like his defensive rotation there. And yes, he got called for the foul, but I love the way that he was able to provide help side defense there and be in a support role to his teammate. I really like the way both of these teams do a really good job of, rotating defensively.
Free throw on the way and good from Salazar. Salazar, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. And it's an 11-point ball game. One more coming. Back iron, no. Rebound ripped off. Salazar will be 2 of 3 from the free throw line today. He came on late, had 8 points there in that second quarter, did not get off to a solid start.
Yeah, that's one thing that you're not going to be able to do against a team of the quality and of the level of Tampa Catholic is get a slow start from, your key guys. It's tough to, rebound and respond from that.
He has 18 in the contest. Now Roderick Watson-Pearson is at the free throw line. Free throw is good. Front end of the 1-and-1. He has one more coming. 3 of 3 from the free throw line today for Roderick Watson-Pearson, the 6'4" senior.
Yeah, he's been extremely efficient and productive here, especially down the stretch.
73-60. A timeout has been called, and it will be charged to Tampa Cav.
And I didn't know Tampa Catholic had any more.
They didn't have any more fools left. It's supposed to have been a 30, but I'll let them handle that down there. 73-60.
Just over a minute remains, and we've seen a pretty balanced attack from Tampa Catholic, whether it be Isaiah Campbell-Finch, Roderick Watson-Pearson. Both of them kind of put the team on their back. You add in there Ed Bronson. He's had a great game. There we got to look at him and his ability to finish around the basket. It's just been a well-played game here on all levels from Tampa Catholic. And imagine, you add in Carter Knox to that mix. Those are 4 guys that, can all go for double digits on any given night. I think that we're looking at a team that, yes, like you said, they played 2 tough teams to start their season off. And sometimes that's good for you. It's good for you to get that early test, get those lumps early, and figure out who you have and what you have and, see how your guys respond to that.
I am always in favor of playing a tough schedule. And a lot of the conversation here in the Sunshine State is 3A may be the deepest and talented class. Tampa Cath near the top there. Riviera Prep you'll have to worry about. Ocala Trinity Catholic is going to be a force to reckon with. Salazar with the score. Miami Country Day has always been a fly in the ointment, if you will. Shot no good. Salazar no good. And in Jacksonville, Bishop Snyder, Coach Russell Powell and his squad. So 3A is really, really deep and rich this year in that 3A classification in the state of Florida. We'll have free throws coming up. One on turnover. But, yeah, it'll still be free throws.
And I really like to see Campbell-Finch there grab the ball, go and get it, and show strength. As a freshman, show strength. You're not stealing this ball away from me. You're going to have to foul me. He's not built like a freshman. I really like his upside and his potential that he brings to the table here.
Free throw coming up. No good on the 1-and-1. His first missed free throw of the day, but it'll be 2 shots.
Cut the clock on, ref. Ref. The clock was cut on. After the shot, the clock was cut on.
Free throw, no good. Missed them both, and the rebound will come to Salazar. So Isaiah Campbell-Finch leaves those 2 up there. Final 30 seconds. Salazar to the left. to Cobb. Cobb now gets it to James. James turns elbow. No, Mayo back tapped it, and now here's Carmelo Branch. Branch, a quiet day today.
Yep.
Only 7 points, but the heavy lifting has been done by Isaiah Campbell Finch. Inside Brunson, no. Tip follow Morris, yes. Johnny Morris, his second field goal. And now the official wants 4 seconds added to the clock. 73-62 as the New Orleans Vikings walk in. You want to talk about a threat in 6A.
Well, that just goes to show the level of event that we have here early in the year. You're able to point out multiple guys that have a shot at that state title crown at the end of the season.
Stephen Reese, well known and respected in the state of Florida and across the nation. So the Breast Cancer Awareness Classic, it's not for the faint of the heart. And Reese has done an outstanding job beginning to put more attention on the state of Florida. Of course, the love affair with football and the athletes, but there are some quality hoopers here as well. Spins it to the left side. Final 10 seconds. Drive in. Cobb missed the layup. Cobb got his own board. He continues to fight and goes back up in and scores, and now a quick timeout call. Coaching right down to the very end. 73-64.
I really like that play there. Redding getting downhill, finding the open man. Obviously, he missed the first layup, but it was great to see them still making the right reads. You know, they're not forcing the three just because they need the points. You know, they're doing the right thing each possession, and I love to see that.
Dylan James will finish with 19, and Isaac Salazar will finish with 20. So he came on. He'll go with 20, and Salazar with, James with 19, Salazar with 20 for Winter Haven. 1 5, 10 seconds remaining. Inbound, and Branch will take it and dribble it out. And the ball game is over. It is a 73-64 win for Tampa Catholic. And they pick up their first victory of the season. They improve to 1-2 on the early portion of the season. Winter Haven will suffer their first loss. They fall to 2-1 on the season. A solid effort overall from Isaiah Campbell Finch. Let's see, 11, 13, 21 points in the contest for him. And 17 for Roderick Watson-Piercy, who did a lot of that in that second half. 15, 17 from Eddie Brunson, who did a lot of that in the first 3 quarters. All right, so coming up next, it'll be Miami, New Orleans, and St. Petersburg right here, SUV TV.